Hello everyone, hope all are doing well. And after a long gap, I am here once again with a new video regarding the Sahitya Academy Award. Now, in this video, I am going to cover the Sahitya Academy Award and the Indian English authors who received it and their books. So, this video will definitely be a helpful one for your English literary journey, and so it's my request that you don't skip the video and watch it till the end. So let's start. Sahitya Academy Award is a literary honor. The Sahitya Academy, India's National Academy of Letters, annually confers on writers for their literary merit, and this honor is given to the books published in any of the 24 major Indian languages. The first Indian English writer who received the Sahitya Academy Award was none other than R.K. Narayan, and he received it for his novel The Guide, and he received it in 1960. Now, Guide was published in 1958, and it is set in R.K. Narayan's imaginary town Malgudi, and it describes the journey of the protagonist Raju, who was a tour guide at the beginning, but then he gradually becomes a spiritual guide and then one of the greatest holy men of India. Next, in 1964, after 4 years, Raja Rao gets the award, and he gets it for his famous novel The Serpent and the Rope. The Serpent and the Rope, published in 1960 by John Murray. It was written in an autobiographical style. The theme of the novel are related to reality, existence, and fulfillment of one's capabilities. The novel is influenced by the Vedantic philosophy and the Adi Shankar's non-dualism. So it is a very much important question that may come in the upcoming exams. So you have to remember that this novel is influenced by the Vedantic philosophy. It also focuses on the problems of immigrants and the immigrations. The chief character is here Ramaswamy. Now, the next Indian English writer is Bhavani Bhattacharya, who got the Sahitya Academy Award in 1967. So, Bhavani Bhattacharya gets the Sahitya Academy Award for his novel Shadow from Ladakh. This is also a very important novel. Shadow from Ladakh is set against the background of a war that happened between China and India in 1962. So this novel published in 1966 and gets the Sahitya Academy Award in 1967. Next, in 1969, the Sahitya Academy Award went to Nihar Ranjan Roy. So he gets the Sahitya Academy Award for his An Artist in Life. It was a biography, and the biography was a very famous one because the biography was written on the basis of Rabindranath Tagore's life. So Nihar Ranjan Roy actually took 15 years to do the research work and to write the biography. So this is a very important information to note down. After that, in 1971, Mulk Raj Anand gets the Sahitya Academy Award, and he gets it for his novel Morning Faces. The novel Morning Face actually first published in 1968. It talks about the late independent era and the politics and history of the time. Okay. After that, in 1975, the Sahitya Academy Award went to Neeraj C. Chaudhary, and he gets the award for his biography Scholar Extraordinary. Now, this writing is also an important one because this biography Scholar Extraordinary was actually based upon the life of Max Muller. 1974 he published it, and 1975 he gets the Sahitya Academy Award. So this biography is based on the life of Max Muller. In 1976, Sarvapalli Gopal gets the Sahitya Academy Award for his biography Jawaharlal Nehru. So he writes the biography based upon the life of Jawaharlal Nehru. After that, in 1977, Chaman Nahal gets the award for his novel Azadi. This is also a very important novel, and Azadi is a novel based on the partition of India. Many Indian English authors wrote about the partition of India, and Chaman Nahal was one of them. Now, coming to the next, 1978. Now, in 1978, Anita Desai gets the Sahitya Akademi Award for her Fire on the Mountain. This is a very important novel. Here we can see the famous character Nanda Kaul. After that, in 1979, Rama Mehta gets the Sahitya Akademi Award for his novel Inside the Haveli. The story of the novel revolves around a young girl from Mumbai. She marries a son of a former Indian prince, and after that marriage, she comes to Udaipur, Rajasthan. Okay, so next, in 1980, R.K. Srinivas Iyengar gets the Sahitya Akademi Award for his biography on the mother. Next, in 1981, Jayant Mahapatra gets the Sahitya Akademi Award. He was a very important Indian English poetry writer, and he gets for his poetry collection Relationship. It is a poetry book in which 12 parts are there. Here the poet is feeling lonely, and that's why he is seeking the meaning of life in the relationships. Okay, so after that, in 1982, Arun Joshi gets the Sahitya Akademi Award for his The Last Labyrinth. It was a novel. And after that, 1983, Nisi Mazikal gets the award for his Latter Day Psalms. It was also a poetry collection, a very important poetry collection by Nisi Mazikal. Next award comes in 1984, and this time the Sahitya Akademi Award goes to N. Daruwala for his poetry collection The Keeper of the Dead. N. Daruwala gets the Sahitya Akademi Award for his poetry collection The Keeper of the Dead. After that, in 1984, Kamala Das gets it. Kamala Das gets the Sahitya Akademi Award for her poetry collection Collected Poems. So Collected Poems is a very important poetry collection by Kamala Das, and she gets the Sahitya Akademi Award for these in 1985. After that, in 1986, Nayantara Sehgal gets the Sahitya Akademi Award for her novel Reach Like Us. This is also a very important novel. Reach Like Us is a novel set in New Delhi in a chaotic time period between 1932 and mid 1970s, when Delhi was going through the political upheavals and social reorganization. In this novel, two female protagonists are there, Rose and Sonali. They are fighting against that chaotic situation to live. Okay, coming to the next one. In 1987, Steve K. Kumar gets the Sahitya Akademi Award for his poetry collection Trap Falls in the Sky. After that, in 1988, Bikram Seth gets it for his novel The Golden Gate. This is a very important novel, and The Golden Gate that was published in 1986 is the first novel by Bikram Seth. It is a novel, actually it is written in verse form, composed in 590 Onegin stanzas. Onegin stanzas are written in iambic tetrameter with the rhyme scheme ABAB CC DD EFF EGG. Actually, this novel is inspired by Alexander Pushkin's novel Eugene Onegin. Alexander Pushkin was a Russian writer, and his novel Eugene Onegin was translated into English by Charles Johnson. So actually, Pushkin invented that verse novel form and the Onegin stanza, which inspired Bikram Seth to write The Golden Gate. Okay, so coming to the next. In 1989, Amitav Ghosh gets the Sahitya Akademi Award for his very famous novel The Shadow Lines. It is a very famous novel, and actually I like it very much, so you must read it. It is published in 1988, and it is a novel where main story is constructed through the memories of the chief characters. It actually erases the border lines and brings the people across the border lines into a single storyline. The next Sahitya Akademi Award went to Shashi Deshpande for the novel The Long Silence in 1990. So next Sahitya Akademi was given in 1990 to Shashi Deshpande for the novel The Long Silence. After that, in next year 1991, Alan Seeley gets the award, Sahitya Akademi Award, and he gets it for his novel The Trotter Nama. The Trotter Nama, very important novel. It is a novel that tells the story of 7 generation of Anglo-Indian family. After that, in 1992, Ruskin Bond gets the award, Sahitya Akademi Award, and he gets it for his novel Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. Very important novel. Our trees still grow in Dehra. So perhaps the video is getting longer. Still many important writers are there. So this is a part 1 and I will soon make the part 2. So stay connected to me, keep learning and keep growing.